home day. You know, we announced Colin and Justin as the newest members of our team, and then they disappeared for like 7 years. Well, they're back. Colin and Justin, give them a big hand.
Hey.
Thank goodness you're back.
Morning, honey. We had to come back, but I love it. It's gorgeous to see you. Mwah.
Gorgeous, girl.
Speaking of gorgeous, look at this set. You know, a lot of people think to themselves, I want to invest in some art. I also need to buy some furniture. Why not do both together?
Well, do you know what, Tracy? At the end of the day, there is such a huge, amount of merchandise in the market, but you don't have to spend a fortune. What we've decided to do here is be inspired by Marcel Wanders, a fantastic Dutch designer who's been in the city recently, and we've put together this vignette, which is a mix of spend and splurge. So we haven't broken the bank in every area. Some aspects have cost a lot, some aspects have been budget.
Yeah, but he's one of these great designers who actually produces things for all pockets, you know. So the chair here is by Muya, which is his company. You know, it's from Klaus here in Toronto.
Yeah,
you know, and it's a bit on the pricey side, but you know, we always say, you know, if you can spend big on the big items, and then they will actually lend, you know, their fabulousness to the rest of the room. The wallpaper on the back there, that's by Graham and Brown. It's from grahamandbrown.com. It's by Marcel Wanders as well. And I think we're all familiar with the idea of a feature wall, aren't we?
Absolutely, but this is like a feature wall on crack.
It is!
There's so much going on here, you know, like it's divided in half. Love it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the idea is that it's a half wall. You know, his stuff is very in your face. It's three-dimensional, and that's what we've tried to capture.
But I think the real key that we've done here is, now look at this massive molding. Think of an artwork that you'd find in a gallery with a really big, robust, busty frame all around it. We went to Canadian trim and decorative ceilings. Now, this is a really clever way to create a frame effect without breaking the bank. If you go to a standard high street framer, that's going to cost you a fortune. You go to somewhere like Canadian trim, and that's going to cost you perhaps $400. Now, this is a really big statement. We're not suggesting that you do one just as large as that in your home, but why not, perhaps if you've got a chimney breast, go around the whole of the chimney breast and really build the impact that way. And then as a final flourish, the little mirror there came from IKEA. We're all about finding an object and giving it a little bit of extra dimension. So we went to Umbra and we found these fabulous flowers which literally stick on. They come, I'm going to show you one of these, Tracy, actually. They come on a tiny little sticker pad at the back. And you put the sticker pad, which has got a little peg on it, and that goes into a tiny little hole there. Can you see that, chaps? I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, we can if you hold it up there for a little while. Because what's cool about this then is can you remove that? Is it going to...
They're totally portable. Do you know, this part will come off. I mean, you have to, don't break your gorgeous nails, Tracy.
Won't.
But that'll peg back on there. And again, if we'd left the mirror as it was, it'd be great, but giving almost like a flourish of wind where Mother Nature's taken flowers and sent them across the garden, spread some of them gold, left some of them black, and again the final impact I think is big. Wow, I'm going to come back over here. I think it's
beautiful, and you can still see yourself to apply your lipstick. Put the flowers in the periphery, right?
Exactly. It's like having flowers in your hair. You know what I mean? I think the thing about this look is that it's about adding extra details. Okay, you know, it's Marcel Wanders. It's art furniture, art pieces. I love. See the three little pots there?
Yeah, they're cute.
I mean, they look like kind of depth charges or something, don't they? They were actually standard pots from IKEA. The handles came from IKEA as well. They're stick-on handles, and we actually just kind of like stuck them on the side.
Oh,
so
that's
we get
a
this
smart
kind of
idea.
extra
DIY
dimension.
Going on
I've
here.
sprayed them gold to match the gold insert of the pot. Threes, you know, designers always do things in threes and fives and sevens. It just looks better.
Odd numbers.
We've
as you've done with the rugs as well.
Yeah, the rug. If you find one nice rug, why not amplify that and use several? We looked at several options as we put this as we put this project together. And initially we were going to use a big square rug, but we decided these fellas here, they're a few dollars each from IKEA. They've got a really interesting texture, a really interesting pattern as well. They're the kind of thing you can afford to be a little bit indulgent with. Buy a bag of them, and if one of them gets damaged, then just replace it. A little bit of a tip though, Tracy, if you are using a rug on a floor like this, you want to make sure that you put an anti-slip membrane in there, because the last thing you want is to run in there in your gorgeous high heels and find yourself slipping on your big bottom.
Unless you really want to do that, because that's the kind of party you're having.
And when I say big bottom, I'm not inferring when I say big bottom, I'm not inferring that Tracy's got a big bottom. Darling, you've got curves in all the right places, darling.
Listen,
I don't mind having a big bump.
Can I just say there's not a lot of junk in that trunk. That's just a nice bump.
Flirting again, Colin. Do you know what, Tracy? Every time I come anywhere near you, he starts to go into automatic flirt mode.
I think I'm on the time.
Everybody.
I have that effect on the man.
Darling, if you spent the night with Colin, it would be the best night's sleep you ever had.